Greetings ETT members, and thank you for taking the time to review the short video which accompanies the September 2020 Steward mailing. All of the documents and resources which are available in the Steward mailing are being sent to your school in hard copy, but they are also available attached to this short video in electronic copy on the ETT website for your convenience. Let me begin by thanking each of you, stewards, who have registered for the coming school year. Unfortunately, we only have approximately 40% of schools currently with a registered steward, so it is imperative that if you belong to a school that has not yet elected or registered a steward for the coming year, that you convene a meeting of all of your fellow staff members as soon as possible to conduct this process and register a steward. Now more than ever, it's imperative that we have an ETT representative at each and every worksite so that we can be alert and vigilant to any collective agreement breaches and health and safety concerns that arise over the coming weeks. We recognise that in all likelihood, a steward's election will need to take place virtually, which of course presents challenges. Please reach out to your ETT executive officer for your ward should you require assistance with this. The first document in the steward's mailing is an updated ETT map for your convenience, which outlines all of the current ETT wards, which are coterminous with TDSB wards. It also contains all of the contact details for the appropriate health and safety inspector and ETT executive officer that is attached to each ward. We also have a list of all of the current schools across the TDSB with contact details, as well as those schools identified on the map. Please post this map to your message board for the reference of your staff. Over the course of the coming weeks, it is likely that members of your staff may need to reach out to the health and safety inspector for their school to document and report a variety of health and safety concerns. ETT produced a flowchart last year which has been updated, which will assist ETT members who have any kind of health and safety concern to pursue the appropriate channel to report and document that concern. Please also contact your health and safety inspector should you have any concerns or questions about this. We are also asking stewards to post this document to the ETT message board so that staff can avail themselves of that information. Over the course of the next few weeks, it is vital that we ensure that in each and every school across the TDSB, the collective agreement is being adhered to, and that members' health and safety is being safeguarded as much as possible. To that end, we've provided each steward with a checklist, which allows each steward with their staff to conduct a collective agreement, a safety audit of their school to ensure that everything that should be done is being done. We're asking each steward to convene a meeting of their staff to review this checklist to make sure that prep time is being received, to make sure that every teacher is receiving a 40-minute uninterrupted lunch, to make sure that every teacher has not been assigned to more than 80 minutes of supervision in any given week, and to make sure that a number of other health and safety measures are in place in your school, such as an isolation room, provision of masks, etc., etc. This does not need to be returned to the ETT office. This is for your own purposes. But if you do check off no to any one of these items, please contact your executive officer for support as soon as possible. It is imperative that we receive information from schools in a timely manner so that we can intervene and provide the appropriate support. The next document which you will see, the next resource that you'll find in the steward's mailing, is the latest Shine a Light document produced by ETT on work refusals and your health and safety rights. Please consult this document for more information about work refusals in the Occupational Health and Safety Act. Every worker in the province of Ontario has the right to refuse unsafe work if they consider themselves to be in immediate danger. Please also contact your health and safety inspector if you have more questions or concerns, or you would like to find out more information about this process. Over the course of the next few weeks and months, it is imperative that we expose and shine a light on the health and safety concerns and the issues which you inevitably will be faced with over the course of the school year. We are asking each and every one of you to participate in some form of action to document and report, whether it's a lack of social distancing in your classroom, whether it's a classroom which is not sanitized properly, a lack of soap, a lack of hand sanitizer. We're asking each and every one of you to be alert to these things and to report them promptly so that we can gather the data that we need to push back and to build a campaign and expose what we all know to be this underfunded return to school. The ETT president is providing a message for each and every one of you in which she is encouraging everyone to maintain a social media presence and to engage in some form of action individually over the course of the next few weeks. We know from our recent strike action that when individual teachers take part in small actions, collectively, cumulatively, we can have a huge impact and we can make our voices heard as the biggest teacher local in the country. We're asking you, for example, to maintain a social media presence. We're asking you to email Stephen Lecce and Doug Ford. We're asking you to take photographs. If you have a dirty classroom, if you are not able to maintain social distancing with your students, please take photographs. Being mindful, of course, not to identify your school, and obviously being mindful not to take photographs of any students. There are a number of other actions which we're also encouraging teachers to participate in over the course of the next few weeks, not least of which is reaching out to parents with a petition, which you will also find in your package, which requests the signatures of parents, of community members, which we will be presenting to Conservative MPPs and eventually to the legislature in Queen's Park. We know that we are at our most effective when we can align ourselves with parents. We learned this last school year, and if we are to push back effectively against this underfunded plan, which Doug Ford and Stephen Lecce have presented us with, then we need to get parents on board. We recognize that having parents complete petitions with social distancing in effect, with a number of health and safety restrictions, etc., is challenging. But we are confident that our members are resourceful enough and have a sense of urgency such that they will manage to get this done. If teachers, for example, are not comfortable sharing these petitions with parents and getting signatures, then share it with your own family, within your own social bubble outside of the school. We're asking for each and every teacher to get at least 5 signatures and return these petitions to us by the end of September. We are hoping that by Thanksgiving, we will have collated all of the data and will be able to present this to PC MPPs in the GTA, as well as to the legislature at Queen's Park. We are conducting this survey in paper form because the legislature in Ontario does not accept electronic petitions. Electronic petitions would obviously be our preference given the current situation that we are in, but it is not possible, it is not impactful. Finally, I'd like to ask each and every one of you to consult on an ongoing basis the frequently asked questions section of the COVID portal on the ETT website. We are in a rapidly evolving situation with information flying fast and furious every day. We are trying our best to update our members with timely information. The best source for this information is the COVID portal, the FAQ on the COVID portal. So we're encouraging you to consult with that, but please reach out to your executive officer for your ward if you have questions. And of course, for those of you who are centrally assigned members, please reach out to the executive liaisons for the centrally assigned staff, Doris, Dooney, and myself. Thanks for taking the time to review this video, and I hope you all have a relaxing and restful weekend.